the big game is over. Wrong. There'll be big hits, big saves, and big plays in the big city as the Baltimore Thunder takes on the New York Saints in major indoor lacrosse on the Deuce.
Last year was frustration and disappointment for Coach Lickfuss and the Thunder. Their problem, defense. The solution, acquisition of all-pro goalie Ted Sawicki.
Last year was kind of a back burner year for me, and I want to prove myself and show that I can still play in the league, and I'm really looking forward to playing for Baltimore.
The Saints Foundation has been built around their all-pro goalie, Sal Locascio. Sal leads the mill in saves per game and is the man the Saints turn to in a crunch.
Our defense breaks down. We got a lot of faith in Sal that he's going to come up with a big save and really propel the team.
A loss tonight could trash the season.
Tonight we're playing the Baltimore Thunder. Last year they didn't have that great of a year, but neither did we. This year it's the championship for us. We want to go all the way. We want to win this. We need to win this.
We're at the Nassau Coliseum. Lee Felsmo, Christy Lee, the Baltimore Thunder against the hometown New York Saints. This game has playoff implications. They must win, either team, to move forward, and they'll be led by a group of young players. Bob Martino, 5 goals for Baltimore, and Brian O'Keefe from Fairleigh Dickinson. He also has 5 goals, 3 assists for New York. But in the goal, that's where the story will take hold. Ted Sawicki, comeback year for him. Sal Locascio, maybe the best in the league, the foundation of defense for New York. But this team has been led by a speed-burning offense for years. Andy Krause is off to the best start of his career, but he won't be in lineup tonight.
I tore my medial collateral ligament in my right knee a week ago Wednesday. I should be out hopefully only 2 to 4 weeks and be ready to go in 2 weeks for the Buffalo game that we have here.
All set to drop the rock. First quarter action. The Thunder at the New York Saints Nassau Coliseum. It'll be Klausner in the red, gold, and black for Baltimore, facing off against number 93. As we look at the Saints now give it up to Baltimore in the first faceoff. Klausner has been dominating in that area. This is Blatchley coming down. Blatchley from Towson State as they set their first offense. Millen tries to get it, ball knocked down by the defense of New York. They are fast, watch out, one-on-one, go! Walder comes right down and scores. The speed of New York taking its toll in the first moments of the game. Huge goal for Jason Walder. He intercepts the pass, brings it down, looks behind to see if anybody's trailing him, and Sawicki gets the one-on-one. Jason Walder makes the fake, bam! Brings it home right there. Walder with the tremendous one-on-one, and inside of 1 minute, New York gets their first goal. Walder only had 1 goal coming into the game, so that is his 2nd goal of the season. Early lead important.
Out here.
That's Roy Condon. You'll see him on the field, referee, the head referee with a white helmet. We've got a mic for you. Adam Mueller now collecting the ball for Baltimore. They've won both faceoffs early in this game. The first one, though, the ball thrown away, picked up by Walder, and a one-on-one score. Here comes inside check. Now ball loose. Here comes the speed of the Saints looking for a trailing player. He's got it. Millen comes in. Tony Millen back door. Tries to get the player who gave it to him, and the shot goes wide. Millen now. This is Tony Millen. His brother Mark plays in Baltimore. Shot goes wide again by Kevin Lowe, the All-American from Princeton. He's a draft choice this year. And Skip Lick is looking with a worried look. He has to get a win here to have any kind of chance. Doc Doherty also with a big must-win situation. It was the last game of the season last year. These 2 teams played. The winner went on to the playoffs. Well, they're matching up earlier this year. They know each team has to beat the other here in order to step up into playoff contention. So critical a game, and only the 3rd game of the season. In close, a shot, but Sal Locascio gets a reprieve, the brush by the offense of the Thunder. 1-0, the Saints lead early on. You see the pushing and shoving going on back by the boards. Cannabine will pick up the ball and inbound against Lockwood. Rotation, they got a 2 on one side, 3 on the other. Standard set for the mill. Now far side into the cylinder. Watch out, the shot by Cannabine, number 6, who came rolling around with the right hand. Shot wide of the mark. They really haven't tested Locascio yet. As now New York with Lockwood, number 23, the good-looking rookie. They'll get a new offensive line in. Gordon Purdy, number 9, gives it up top. McAtee, Lockwood, the laser from Syracuse. In tight, oh, McCabe.
From the front now, from the front. It's all right, it's all right. It's outside, it's outside. It's outside the cage. Play.
All right, what referee Roy Condon was telling you that contact was good because it was outside of the crease area. Otherwise, they get protection in the crease. Now down to the offense of Baltimore. They're down by 1 early in the first quarter. A lunging shot in close, and they went wide of the mark. Baltimore was heartbroken in their second game of the season last week. They had Rochester down by 6 goals going into the fourth and lost the game. Skip Licklis does not want to get behind in this one.
3, hold, timeout.
Looks like 2-3 on a hold. No, it's number 3 on a hold for Baltimore. That's Bobby Martino. It'll be power play for New York. They've got a 1-goal lead, and right there the hold coming up on Martino. Power play for New York when we come back.
Tonight's major indoor lacrosse league game of the week on ESPN2 is brought to you by Bud Light, the best-selling light beer in America. By Brines Lacrosse Equipment, the first name in lacrosse equipment and apparel. And by Millman Licensed Apparel. Just call 913-384-8960 for your brochure.
We're back at the Nassau Coliseum. You see New York off to a very quick lead, 1-0. I'm Lee Felsmo. Christy Lee's on the sideline. Let's take a look at some of the movers and shakers, the guys behind the big boys in the offense. And Mark Millen is certainly one of them. He had a sensational year in field lacrosse, the best field lacrosse player in the world. World Games in England proved that. 3 goals, 2 assists. He will be leading that team from Baltimore. Charlie Lockwood also played on the U.S. World Team. He was one of only 2 college players to play on that U.S. team. He is a big force for the New York Saints tonight. 3 goals already for that young rookie. A tremendous athlete, Charlie Lockwood. He made the Syracuse basketball team in his college career as a walk-on. Of course, a 4-time All-American in lacrosse at Syracuse. Right now, the Saints in a power play. Their first opportunity of the game. They lead 1-0, and they start in their regular set house offense, if you were in Buffalo, against the box defense. 5 against 4, New York in the white and blue. This is Baltimore, and Gotti tries to get it upfield in the clearing. Canabine down low, they're going to shoot, and they get it net. They find the rope. Man short. Baltimore's got rope in a tie game. They score man short against Salacasio. Doc Doherty can't believe it. And Skip Licklis, he'll be very, very conservative in his emotions. Again, Canabine pushes up. They're a man short now, don't forget. They move the ball 2 passes and beat Lacasio unsettled. They crossed the plane twice. Lacasio could not get settled, and they just dish it in behind him. Tremendous goal to make it 1-1. New York now gets the face-off. They are still up 5 against 4. They have a chance to get that one back. Didn't really get a good shot in the last series as they rotate. 5 for New York against 4 for Baltimore. Back up top, wide open, far side, and Sawicki bounces it off his leg. Back to New York.
Out there, on the dot, on the dot.
53 seconds as Roy Condon inbounds the ball for the Saints. Condon, the referee, though, blowing the whistle. Now the Saints up top. Saramet leading it right there. He's got Panetta to his left from the right-hand shot. This is Panetta, takes a hard shot against Sawicki. Can't get it, and Gotti brings it up. And Gotti looks for help. He's ragged incessantly by the New York offense. And Gotti comes out between Panetta and Oliver Marty, and he gets a call. This is a delayed call, so the goalie Sawicki comes off. It's now 5-on-5 because Sawicki is off the floor. They've got 7 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if they see it. Shot clock counting down. 5. Welsh. Timmy Welsh takes a shot, and he's got rope. 2-1. Baltimore stuns the Saints.
Score the goal, 24, it's wiped out.
All right, the penalty's wiped out, and Lickvis has to be happy. Timmy Welsh gets that goal, but 2 goals,
24,
man down. Watch as they bring it in. Timmy Welsh will have control as he brings it in. The defense slides, doesn't pick him up. He looks to dish off, but he was the one that ends up with the shot. Welsh will come in, watch. He'll look to pass. Defense slacks back, and he just bounces one past Lacasio. Canabine celebrates. 2-1, and Baltimore has to be ecstatic. 2 goals, basically man down. That time they pulled Sawicki.
Penalty time. We still got 10 seconds left. Still got 10 seconds.
All right, they say still 10 seconds. Condon getting it squared away. They'll start this face-off.
That original man still has 10 seconds on his time. That's a man down goal.
All right, Roy Condon takes the charge.
Here we go. You're out.
2 goals, man short. That's an absolutely devastating emotional shock to the Saints, who got off to the 1-0 lead. Marty now picks up the face-off over to...
At the backcourt. Red ball.
Backcourt violation is the call. Landing will pick it up for Baltimore. Now they'll just let this penalty wind down. 3 seconds left as Welsh holds onto it. Christy Lee on the sideline.
I'm on the Saints bench, and Doc is screaming at his team, of course, to play D in this situation. But to score on Sal Locascio, it's very unusual for the people to score on him from outside. You need to get inside on Sal. Got to fake a lot, fake high, and shoot low. That's what they're hoping before the Baltimore Thunder are hoping. And, of course, they're hoping Sal Locascio, the Saints are, that he can prevent any of that from happening again.
And Christy, we've seen the benefit Baltimore is taking advantage of unsettled situations. They've got Locascio sort of unsettled. Get him moving around. He fills up the goal as much as anybody in the league. But if you can get him unsettled, they're all vulnerable in the league. That's for sure. Here goes New York. 2-1. Baltimore leads. 2 goals scored. Man short. This is Kisslinger going against Angadi. Gives it up to Tony Millen. Number 28 for New York. Now back up to Pat McCabe. McCabe works the pick and roll with Nico Red Arrow. Moving Pickens to call. There goes Baltimore. Landing, looks way up, tries to feed it to Welsh, but McCabe defenses him. Tim Welsh rocked into the boards. See Timmy Welsh there, comes into this game with the record, the all-time record for Baltimore for games played. He is the true veteran on the team. 23's Welsh, and McCabe just rocks him into the boards. McCabe was an All-American defenseman at Syracuse. So he knows how to play the tough D. Welsh now gets back up to Wills. Wills, the left-hander. Once he gets the left hand, starts over to the goalie's left to come back into the left-handed shot.
Let it go, let it go.
Complaining about a push, and you hear Condon saying no way. So Sawicki comes way out and fakes out Sombrado. Here comes Baltimore again, trying to get a shot against Sal, and he just snuffs that one. Locascio was set. Kissinger now trying to battle the ball. Angadi picks up the loose one. Angadi has a shot. Defense from behind, and he loses that possession. Still loose, and another deflection by Locascio. New shot clock down. Plenty of time. Delayed call.
No way! He's got a delayed call. That's why the whistle blew.
Hey, you don't have back foot when this man kicked him in the head.
What number?
Good look at Timmy Welsh. And the call's against Kisslinger, number 88, Lickfus on the sideline. That's John Tucker down to your right, and Doc Doherty,
Cross check. 2 minutes.
of the New York Saints. Watch Kisslinger, number 88, if we get a chance to see him.
Can you straighten it in
Not
there?
in the picture yet. This was off the ball, and right there, that wacky check left the screen. When he just wound up with the right-handed check, that's what put Kisslinger in the box. 2-1, Baltimore leads, scoring both goals when they were short. They pulled Sawicki on the second one. That 1-goal lead, and this is their first power play opportunity. They're going against a diamond defense. Look at the defense set up in a diamond. What they'll try to do is overload to our right, and then work it to the backside. There it is, backdoor shot against Welsh. Didn't work against the defense of New York, but they wanted to overload the goalie's left, and they go for that back door. It worked perfectly, but the defense was quick. Locascio with a huge save, follow-up, another big save for Locascio. 7:40 left in the first quarter, and a 2-1 lead for Baltimore. Sal Locascio getting hot. Locascio really fills up the goal. You definitely, as Christy mentioned, want to get it in tight on him, and he doesn't go for the first fake. You normally have to fake 3 times. The first fake will just sit there 2-3 times before you really bait him.
Facing the man down.
Lockwood, number 23, looks to set up. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. I don't know if he knows it. Lockwood, the rookie, well, they're playing short. That's right, there's still a man up. 53 seconds left on the penalty to Kisslinger. So Lockwood was just eating up the time. Now they're back to that diamond defense. Millen, all-world offensive player, tremendous speed to the shooter's, left-handed shooter's top. This is Martino. He'll trigger up from up top. Down low, all the way back up, and they can't collect it there. Rob Scheck, number 19. Now he goes back door, and it's snuffed out again by Lacasio. Welsh could not beat him. Lacasio moving very well now. Here goes again. Siding close. Adam Mueller on the left-hand post shot, and that's another big arm save against Martino by Lacasio. There he is, Bobby Martino, tremendous player. 5 goals, he leads his team. Baltimore has the lead right now, 2-1. What a great surge to go ahead if they're down by 1. We'll be back to first quarter action in just a moment. Nassau Coliseum, Leaf and Christie. 2-1, Baltimore leads. New York got off to a first 1-goal lead inside the first minute, stealing a ball defensively, going 1-on-1 with Sawicki.
Stupid, guys. Nothing stupid, fellas.
He's talking about Rob Scheck down in the corner, pushing against Brian O'Keefe.
Next time, you're both going.
So Keefe and Scheck shoving him back and forth, and that's what Roy Condon's talking about. Kisslinger's back in now, full strength. He's number 88. All-American from Towson State. Great one-on-one defenseman in the field game. In close, Umbrato. He's got rope. Great give and go. Game tied at 2. Sawicki gets beat right in his face. Sobrato set it up beautifully. They get a little pick and roll inside. He comes in one fake in the near side and goes back door. Watch this, pick and roll. He makes the pick, goes inside. Kisslinger dishes off to him, and then it's just one fake and go for the open net. Beautifully done. Textbook play in the mill, the pick and roll move. And when you can get the ball in front of the goal, you've got a lot to shoot at. 4 feet by 4.5 feet. 18 square feet to shoot at. Now this is Black Sheep. Klausner, Mark Millen. Millen from Massachusetts tried to get it into Mueller, 21.
From the front, from the front. Before the push is in the crease. No whistle.
Right, the crease violation, that circle around the goalie's area. The crease is the protected area that he can stay in, 9-foot radius. And the offensive team really can't go through there. Nobody with the ball, even the defensive player, if he has the ball, cannot go through the crease. Right now, the Saints have possession. The game tied at 2. Millen takes a hard shot, and Sawicki gets a foot on it. 5 minutes left, first quarter. Push from behind. Ball will be given to Blatchley now. Blatchley played at Towson State, was an All-American. Mark Millen now played for New York last year, number 9. Now he's playing for the Baltimore team. A new line comes on. Klodson gives it back to his teammate, Hannabine Klodson working the left-handed side. Way up top, watch the shooter. Trying to get a shot. Horns. Timmy Horns comes in. Now he dishes it up. Oh, it's Kronberger, number 31. Baltimore in the gold and red, trying to get the shot. Christy Lee's on the sideline. What do you have, Christy?
Well, we talked earlier about Andy Kraft not being here for the New York Saints league, but Baltimore Thunder also missing a key player in Lindsey Dixon. How will that affect the Thunder? We're going to have to find out as the game progresses.
You know, Christy, Lindsey Dixon had a huge year last year, but was really disappointing so far in the first 2 games this year. Only an assist, no goals, and 1 assist. Watch out, fast break. They come in one-on-one against South. Double team, trailing players. Kronberger, he's got rope. 3-2 Baltimore. The trailing player so critical. It was Kronberger who trailed the play, got it from Klodson. Klodson was looking for help the whole time. Finally, he gets the shot off. Another 1-goal lead for Baltimore. Here's Klodson getting double teamed, and then he looks for the trailing player. It's Kronberger who comes racing in, beats the defense of Scheck, and also the goalie work of Lacasio. Kronberger lays it out. He came racing up, Kronberger did. There's a good look at number 31. He knew Klodson was looking for help. Klodson, number 7, was double teamed. Finally dished it back to the trailer and got the good shot. 3-2 Baltimore leads. They've had some good transition, in-your-face kind of shooting against Lacasio. 3:50 left in the first quarter. Game so critical for these 2 teams.
From the front now, good check.
Another shot against Sal. No angle there.
Purdy on the attack with a face.
This team from New York, Purdy from Australia, come up with the speed. It shows the great team speed New York has. Once again, the trailing player far side is Lockwood. Lockwood trying to get past the defensive Martino. In close, O'Keefe's got rope. Leading scorer, Brian O'Keefe, nails number 3. Watch how they pull the defense out. Cutting player is O'Keefe. Right in the face of Sawicki. If you notice, all the shots have been right in Sawicki's face. One fake, shot far side. And he has had little chance to make the saves. Brian O'Keefe's first goal of tonight, his 6th goal of the year. 3-3 the score with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And Christy, this one is everything we thought it would be.
Boy, I'll tell you what, defense. Both benches are stressing defense at this point, Leaf. But with 3-3, we're seeing a lot of offense right here in the first quarter. Doc telling his team to pick up the loose balls. They're kind of missing Andy Krause here. If you notice, he's done a lot in the past in the ground ball situation. This team has to step up. They're telling each other loose balls are going to win this game. So look for him to step up, just like that.
Well, stepping up again is number 7, Brian O'Keefe. He played at Syosset High School out here on the island. He gave away a lot of tickets to this game, family members. Much of Fairleigh Dickinson, and he has turned into the go-to guy. Watch him dish it low. Again, fakes near pipe, gets Sawicki to hug it with his left, and then he goes far side. Watch now. He'll get Sawicki to hug the left pipe and then go far side as he lunges into the crease. And O'Keefe all by himself. Oh, check his foot out. Check his foot. He's actually in the crease. That would be a violation. See, his toes are on the white line, inside the white line. So actually, technically, that would be no goal, but it counts. It's on the board. Millen takes a rocket shot high and wide. 4-3 on the strength of O'Keefe's 2 goals. Now New York leads. I think will go into the box. No, they're going to let him go ahead and play. Oliver Marty, number 11, after sombrado. And this is Kisslinger, number 88, against Rob Scheck, both from Towson State. Welsh, North Carolina, great. Now they get it off to the streaking Strope. And this is Timmy Welsh, good shooter. Welsh comes in, a little juke move, can't get around Lacasio. He's a huge target. Lacasio really fills the goal up beautifully. And out of the box is Timmy Horms, I think, number 22 as he comes up. And it is Horms racing in. He'll get a shot. He's got the full range. And now, again, the defense of New York makes the big check. 1:45 left. First quarter. Watch the fast breaking. Kisslinger! No shot. Racehorse action. Now Blanding as both lines try to get some fresh legs on the field. Blanding will come up. Great player from Loyola in Maryland. 1:28 left in the first quarter. A 1-goal lead for New York. Scheck trying to get open in front. Changes number to 19. He used to play for the Saints in Philadelphia. Or number 18 there. Changes to 19 here for Baltimore. Mark Millen, ex-New York Saint, coming in, looking for his great speed to have an impact. Down in close. Couldn't get it to Scheck. Scheck could not pick it up. He shot that redirection a little too quickly.
Goalie coming out.
And again, the defense of Baltimore push is called.
Push on the box. White ball, top of the box.
Against Millen, number 9. This is Gordon Purdy, same number, opposite team. Gordon Purdy played for Australia in the World Game this year. Charlie Laser Lockwood, and then hits the back of the net. No goals. Here goes Sawicki, one of the best outlet feeders in the game. This is Mueller. Adam Mueller has a man far side. There's the dish in the net. Nothing but rope. Martino, the back pipe. The game is tied at 4. Lacasio cannot believe it. They've had a lot of transitions right in his face. Martino finishes that one. Watch how it's set up beautifully. Right there on the left-hander shot, but back door, Lacasio has to move from one pipe to the next. Mueller will set it up.
Here we go.
He's going to shoot.
Then
knowing it's 2-on-1,
30 seconds.
McAtee.
Balls away.
Get the shot from Lacasio. Roy Condon taking charge of the faceoff, but again, as Baltimore comes coming up with it, they lose it. Now it's a 2-on-1. It's a 3-on-1. The only guy back is Kronberger. Kronberger cannot defend all 3. The ball falls out of Marty's stick. Oliver Marty, All-American for Brown, dropped the ball. 4-4, less than 20 seconds left. Panetta takes a shot off the backboards. Kronberger just lifts it upfield. 11 seconds left. Not a bad play for Brian Kronberger, giving his team a little bit of time, but now they'll have 8 seconds left and maybe a shot. They're taking their time too much. 5 and counting. Coming down for the last shot, and Scheck from behind takes it wide. That'll be the end of the first quarter.
Nothing.
Anybody's ball game as Baltimore and New York tied at 4. moments into the second quarter, Leaf and Christie on the deuce. Major Indoor Lacrosse League action. The game tied at 4. It was the Saints getting the 1-0 lead, and then Baltimore came back, scored 2 before the Saints got the 3-2 lead, and then Baltimore tying it all up 4-4 before the first quarter was over. Timmy Welsh, the granddaddy on this team, more games than any other Baltimore Thunder player. Number 3 in the all-time scoring and goals. Here comes McCabe. Pat McCabe looks for the trailing player. The ball picked off in midair. Now Timmy Welsh. He's a good one-on-one player looking for help for New York. As Welsh comes in, he'll take the shot, bouncing off the stick of Lacasio. They'll give it back to New York. Welsh very tired, trailing the play. Lockwood now, a lot of fresh leg going up front. And Gotti takes him off the ball. Sawicki goes back and gets control. 12:31 left. Baltimore will get some fresh legs on the field. Here they try to get a one-on-one against Panetta. Near side, no angle.
Let him up, let him up.
Rookie mistake. Mark Millen taking that right-handed shot from the goalie's left. There's literally nothing to shoot at. O'Keefe. Back to Saramet. Saramet takes a screen shot.
From the front. Legal. Goes loose from the front. Going the other way, fellas, going the other way.
All right, Condon lets him know that air ball's already up and moving. Here comes Robbie Scheck, looks for trailing Millen. He's got Millen on the far side, and Welsh behind him. Scheck's a big, strapping 6'2", 210. He gets the shot off, but first it's checked away. Playing without the stick against Walder. Walder touched it, number 21.
My time.
And the ball will go back to the Thunder. Skip Lickfus has things a little bit tense right now because his team is tied at 4 with New York.
No, still looking for procedure, timeout. Black ball, timeout.
Don't miss the great college rivalry. It's North Carolina against Duke. This is 9 p.m. Thursday on ESPN2. Jerry Stackhouse going in for North Carolina. Great ACC action. Right now, though, it's Major Indoor Lacrosse League action from the Nassau Coliseum. We've got 11:43 left in this one. 4-4 is the game. And both of these teams need a win here to have any kind of playoff hopes. Not mathematically, but realistically. Millen gets it in a little give and go to Mueller.
White post! It's going to be a black ball up top. Up easy, guys, up easy.
Lacasio just hammered Mueller as he got into his turf. Lacasio says, this is my turf. See that crease area? Now Mueller gets nailed in there. Watch Lacasio just smothers him.
Top left,
so
number
that
9.
There's no chance that ball will pop out. 41 saves per game for Adam Mueller. For Sal Lacasio, rather. Hard shot against Lacasio again. He makes the big save. Purdy. All the way up to the fresh player coming on the far door. All teams like to clear away from the doors there, the bench areas, and then they get fresh players coming in. Really helps the fast break. This is Purdy. 15 seconds on the shot clock to Tony Millen. Millen going east-west in front of goalie Ted Sawicki. Purdy tries to get Sawicki to bait on that fake, and that shot off of Sawicki.
Get the keeper! White ball up the top!
All right, fresh shot clock because it bounced off Sawicki, came back off the net. They'll give it to New York. 10:47 left, game tied at 4. New York bench, everybody's sitting down very composed. Baltimore on their feet, all up on the boards. Kisslinger, and a great save by Sawicki in the crease.
Make it legal, Black. You got it.
Steve Kisslinger, as they bring the ball up, Baltimore has a chance. This is Canopy. He launches himself in the crease. Is the violation. Canopy can't believe it. Either can skip Lickfus, but what a great move by Canopy. Timmy Horms can't pick it up. Marty can't get it. Marty for New York now double teamed.
Oh, here, white ball.
Push is the call, and he goes back out front. But watch this goal by Canopy. He comes in, watch his feet. He steps in the crease right before the shot. Very tough call, but Roy Condon right there on top of it. So that one doesn't count. Game still tied at 4 with 10:18 left in the second. Check out the Mill on ESPN2. Our next 3 games: Boston at Buffalo, February 5th, 8:30. Rochester at Baltimore, February 11th at 2 p.m. And then Philly at Boston, February 12th. Boston, the surprise team in the Mill right now, 2-0 coming into this weekend action. Doc Doherty. a legend here on Long Island, coaching Garden City for 22 years. And in those 22 years, he had 18 league titles, 7 Long Island titles, 2 state titles. He is one of the best scholastic coaches for the game of lacrosse. Right now, game all tied at 4 as we're back to Baltimore in the red, gold, and black. Canopy trying to get it to Martinez, who couldn't pick it up. New York, very fast team. And a team that really likes to push the tempo. Christy Lee, where are you now? Back to Baltimore's offense. We'll get to Christy Lee in just a moment as they reload that offense. Still tied at 4, about 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes left in the second period. Kristen, let's try it again. Where are you now?
Well, I'm on the Baltimore Thunder bench. Sorry for the confusion, but I'll tell you what, Skip Lickfus wants to run this team. Fast break situation, kind of like in basketball, if you can relate. Obviously, we have a score, so things must be working for the Thunder. And I'll tell you what, that last timeout was called by Doc Doherty and the New York Saints to slow things down. So obviously, Skip's little plan is working.
Well, this time it's a great score from the left-hander, Paul Canopy. Watch him move in, get the break on his player, the left-handed shot after he gets the slide, and coming over the top, hard for the goalie to read it. When your stick comes up to that straight over-the-head shot, the goalie has to rise a little bit, and the bounce shot finds the room. The goalie leaves underneath him. So Salacasio coming up to meet the stick. Ball bounces behind him. 5-4. Baltimore leads with just under 9 minutes in the second period. They control again the face-off. Kenny Welsh, he's got a great shot and a good move. North Carolina great, gives the ball away. Now watch out because here comes Walder. He scored the first goal of the game with a breakaway. Trailing player Purdy, and Purdy's ridden out of the cylinder. Trying to get it into Panetta. He couldn't find it. Now Vince Angotti picks up the loose ball. Angotti trailing player is Blanding. Blanding gets picked up by Panetta. Now here's Angotti looking for help, not really wanting to push the tempo. 18 on the shot clock. Landing now.
My time. Timeout. Baltimore.
Timeout called by Baltimore. Lickfus wants to go ahead and get something a little more controlled, maybe a different line in there. But right now he takes the timeout. He has the 1-goal lead with 8:16 left in the second period. The visiting team, 1-goal lead against the Saints. Doc Doherty a little bit concerned because they are calling a play. Baltimore is. They had a timeout called. They get a fresh. They don't get a fresh. They get 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Mark Millen inbounded against Pat McCabe on defense. And Skip Lickfus hates that. He got the right people in there. Watch out! And a great glove save by Sawicki. Lickfus had the right people. Did not get a good shot. Here comes Rob Scheck, and he is hit hard by Purdy. No call made. Millen is to the left. Here's Millen, ball high. He cannot get it. Blatchley trying to get by 2 players. McCabe checks him. Ball finally comes out to Ronnie Klausner. Here they call Ronnie. This is Adam Mueller. Played at Michigan State. Adam Mueller did. Program on the rise. The field across, and at the far side, a backdoor shot by Ronnie Klausner, and he just redirects it right in the old 5-hole. Doc Doherty can't believe it, but a 2-goal lead for Baltimore. Salacasio and this team from New York, the best goals against average, one of the best in the league. Now watch this all the way down to Klausner, who redirects it so quickly. Lacasio really can't get set at all. Lacasio got there very fast, but Ron didn't waste any time getting the shot off. Klausner, a face-off specialist, but this time it's Paul Canopy. 2-goal lead for Baltimore. The Thunder now enjoying a little bit of cushion with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Leaping Christie on the deuce. A must-win for New York and Baltimore. These are the kind of matchups that'll get you into playoff contention, at least for these two teams. Martino bounces it off of the face mask of Lacasio. Kronberger picks up the loose ball. Kronberger comes in, and that one's saved by Lacasio as well. Canabine cannot pick it up. Fresh shot clock now. If he can, he does. So a lot of loose balls by Baltimore that's really taking its toll on New York. Lacasio making the saves, but New York not getting the loose ball. This is Clodson, All-American from Portland. Portland, the cradle of coaches in this game of lacrosse, and pulled down from behind.
Hold, black out there.
Walder.
Reset.
Jason Walder, the Canadian product, just pulled down.
Right, keep it top right.
Martino, as he cut in to try to get the shot right in front of
Don't add
Ocasio.
to it, 21. Don't add to it.
Kronberger against level. 2 players hammer him, and Cermak can't get him. Play on is the call by Roy Condon. He doesn't want to send anybody to the box. Here comes Clodson. Again, that defensive specialist from Portland. Check on the board. Baltimore doing a good job of getting the loose balls. Push call against New York.
Push the black ball up top. Throw his black ball on the dot up to the top right. Ball, please. Ball, please.
And
Ball, please.
Skip Lickfist calling a play. He wants fresh line in. What he just did was wave his arm around. That's getting a fresh line on. He whistles them off.
Top left. Keep it top left.
John Tucker is assistant coach working the back. This is Doc Doherty, coach of the Saints. And now it's a fresh line, and they're blanding for Baltimore. Oh, good juke move gets away from Pat McCabe. They give and go. Left-handed shot from up top against McCabe as McCabe, or Walden, that is Walden playing defense. This is Gotti with a bounce shot, and Gotti has rope right around O'Keefe. And then Gotti gets goal number 7, a 3-goal spread as the crowd gets a little bit antsy. Lacasio getting some shots way close on him. Watch the shot come right around the defense. Set him up, and Gotti wraps around the defense. A little bit of a screen, so Lacasio won't see it. Watch, set the defense, bounce it in against Lacasio, who didn't quite get set and didn't quite see it clearly. 7-4. Sal Lacasio, many think the best in the mill, along with Dallas Elling, certainly one of the 2 best in the league this year, right up there. A lot of great goalies this year in the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. But Lacasio right now not playing his normal strong game. 7 goals, that's a 14-goal game average. This team, New York, hasn't proved they can score that many to match it. That shot in close by Strupp, wide of the net. And that loose ball situation is something that New York will have to remedy to stay in this game. They did get that loose ball, but can they get a possession? No. Welsh gets it. Can't find Strupp. Here comes Millen. Tony Millen. It's his defender. Right and then left. Takes a shot wide of Sawicki. Wills comes down. A good left-handed shooter. He's got a player coming off the bench. It's Mark Millen. Wills will take it! And the underhand shot off the stick of
It's all right, goalie, going out, 2:30.
Roy Condon really taking charge down there. McEntee. Only 2 of the top 10 all-time leading scorers. In close, watch Miko Red Arrow. Assistant captain, team leader, Miko Red Arrow. 7-5, back to within 2. Red Arrow has played more games than any other Saint player. Look at him right in front of Sawicki, and he just turns and gets it. Puts the saber back in and goes on for his next offensive push. Look at that left-handed turn. Sawicki leaving a lot to his left. And Miko Red Arrow doing a great job to lead his team back to within 2. Miko Red Arrow is the prosecuting attorney in the Bronx, the district attorney's office in the Bronx. So the attorney, Miko Red Arrow, does his offensive thing. 7-5, back to within 2. 3:55 left. Another shot by Miko Red Arrow. That was a pipe shot. Lockwood. Laser looks to try to get it in close. And Purdy missed that one. Watch out, far side. Here comes Canabine. A big save by Sal Lacasio. Baltimore's doing a good job of blowing off the bench very fast and getting that fast break going. So really looking to get an advantage that way. Here's Panetta with a hard shot.
Off the post.
Off the pipe. Sawicki tries to block it.
You got a black ball. My timeout. My timeout.
All right, a timeout as we have 3:17 left. Baltimore with a 2-goal lead, but it was Miko Red Arrow scoring the last goal. New York could be getting ready to make a move.
Anytime you get to a point in your career where the people who've watched you, your contemporaries, choose you to join their club, so to speak, that certainly is a great honor.
Well, Skip Lickfist has gone to the top in every phase of lacrosse. He's an All-American player for WNL. He played for 10 years in the club ranks for Mount Washington, was an all-club player many years. He coached Mount Washington for 10 years, won the club championship many times, coached the world team last year. The only thing he hasn't been a success at is the major indoor lacrosse league that is eating him alive, that he can't get the team from Baltimore into the playoffs, and that is his goal this year. He's given up the club game. He is focusing on making the Baltimore Thunder a winning team.
I just wanted to know.
Now Baltimore gives the ball up to New York. And with 2:47 left, they'll have a chance to come back in within one. Hard shot by Panetta, the All-American from Johns Hopkins, who played here on Long Island. New York resets, gives it to Saramet, works two sides, the left-handed shot, ball off, shot clock down to 5. But here comes Martino, one-on-one with Lacasio, he's got rope. Bobby Martino against Sal Lacasio, and the Baltimore offense has really been pushing the fast breaking, doing a great job of getting out in front of the defense of the team from New York that has the legacy of being the speedy team. Martino checks behind him and then comes in, one fake for Sal. He sees a big target and takes it, checks behind him, then he looks, one cradle move, sees a lot of rope and just puts the velocity on the ball. Second goal tonight for Bobby Martino. This guy's become the leader of this team. Cannabine is level. Cannabine is down. In close, Millen, and saved by Sawicki. Cannabine is up. I don't know if he knows where he is, but he is up. Asking for the ball. Gets it down, tries to find Angotti. Cannabine looking for a breather now. And it's good that he's even moving. He was level. Jeff Wills in close. 1:38 left in the second period. This is getting down close to halftime. Timeout called by Baltimore. They want to get a shot.
Baltimore.
The Thunder takes their second timeout, their final timeout of the first half. Leif and Christie with you on the deuce for major indoor lacrosse league action as we look at Skip Winkes. He wants to obviously get a good shot here. 3-goal lead, 4-goal lead is comfortable. And I tell you, this game is very physical. Let's take a look at Cannabine as he gets just rocked. He comes up with the ball, and it's Millen just taking him down. Tony Millen, who is so fit, maybe the most fit player on this field. Mark Millen's brother, Tony.
Millen did the hit, legal hit. Let's just make sure that they don't go after him.
Don't give him anything. Roy Condon gives us a great recap of that hit. It was legal, rated face to face with the player and between the neck and the knee.
Hey, push me in there on that run, TV.
Back guard. Very composed bench. Everybody's sitting down. Good bench management. If you're assessing that, Baltimore, conversely, on their feet. Doc Doherty looking at the scoreboard, not happy. As Timmy Welsh, number 23, will go against Pat McCabe. Pat McCabe, All-American defenseman at Syracuse. Great takeaway man. Watch him try to take the ball away with a defensive check. He just keeps Welsh at bay. They give it up to Blanding. Blanding against Gordon Purdy. He takes a shot. This couldn't be the one they wanted. Now watch up top. Again a save. 2 pipes in the crease. Call. Ball goes back up to New York. Whoa! And Wills brings up the defensive players for the Thunder, but they had 2 or 3 shots at Lacasio, and he got the pipe to help him on a couple. Good pressure. Lockwood now loads it up for the New York Saints. McEntee as they rotate. Laser Lockwood against Angotti. He's picked off. Lockwood's got a good acceleration move in tight. Right-handed shot swallowed up by Sawicki. Sawicki so calm, so cool. Sawicki from Detroit. First year at Baltimore. Blanding looking far side. He comes in to the trailing player Welsh. And a big check by McCabe, the defensive specialist. Take away the shot. 41 seconds left in the half. Here comes McEntee. Big goal if he can get it. And he does! Huge goal against Sawicki, who has, I got to tell you, not been that exceptional, but he has had shots, Ted has, right in his face. McEntee looks around, checks the defense, lines it up, and looks for a corner, and finds it. McEntee lines it up, burns one into the corner, and the book on Teddy Sawicki might be the outside shot. They want to take them. Of course, tonight, though, they've been shooting a lot of shots inside, not in the face of Teddy Sawicki. You really can't fault them for that. This is Sheck off the face-off, and a big save by Sal. 29 seconds left. 2-goal lead now for Baltimore. And that shot from well out in front. What a big goal that is. In the Indoor Lacrosse League, 3 goals is really not super comfortable. You can score 3 goals in pretty quick fashion. So if Baltimore got another one, they would have had 4 goals. They would have been very comfortable, at least a little breathing room. Now it's only 2 because of McEntee's great shots. New York takes a timeout. They've got 12 seconds left, and they will try to set up a goal from a shot designed by this man, Dak Doherty. We'll be back for the final 12 seconds of the first half. Back at the Nassau Coliseum, Leaf and Christy Lee, 8-6, 12 seconds left for New York. They can make it a 1-goal game in favor of the visiting Baltimore team. New York in the white and blue. They set this up. The last shot, clock winding down, and Baltimore just turns it up the other way. That'll do it for the first half, but McEntee did a nice job of scoring the last goal of the half to make it a 2-goal game for Baltimore. Dak Doherty and this man, Sal Ocasio, go back to the locker room and think things through. That's a bad half for this guy, Sal Ocasio. Normally, he only allows 10 goals a game. He's already allowed 8. Christy Lee on the sideline.
Well, thank you, Leaf. And joining me is Bob Martino. Bob already has 2 goals in the first half. Bob, you're assistant captain for this team. Assess the first half for us so far.
Well, we're a little sloppy, but I think if we get out on them and play hard defense, they're going to force them to take some bad shots, and we can run on them. I think that's the key to this game.
What about Coach's fast break? He likes to run fast against his team. He says they're kind of lazy, maybe.
I think this is the game. We got to do it if we're going to complete it. This is it. We got to get some fast break goals, and we got to put pressure on them.
Great. Thank you very much. Bob Martino has been our guest, the assistant captain for the Thunder. Let's talk a little bit about stats and a bunch of other stuff in our halftime show coming up. But first of all, we've got to look at the stick. There are legal limits to these sticks these guys play with. We got it for you now.
Time for the rules and tools of the mill. Brought to you by Old Spice High-Endurance Deodorant and Alcohol-Free Sensitive Aftershave. Rules for the stick shape allow for customization by players. This 6.5-inch width can be baked down by mill rules to 4.5-inch minimum. Now, that gives you great control when you're in close shooting. But the downside is when you're in the field, now you've got this very small target. You've got to get the ball back in. Gary Gait can do it using this turbo. Not every player can. Most cases, you'll see between 4.5 and 6.
In New York at the Nassau Coliseum, where the visiting Baltimore Thunder lead the New York Saints 8-6. Christy Lee along with Leif Elsmo, and I'll tell you what, Leif will have stats coming up in just a second in our Bud Light halftime report. And of course, we'll have some really hard-hitting second half action. But let's talk a little bit about Sal Ocasio, the all-pro goalie from New York. He does a very interesting play, one better than probably anybody else in the league. It's called the goalie outlet pass, and it's the subject of tonight's Lacrosse the Board.
Lacrosse the Board, the inside strategy to indoor lacrosse. The goalie outlet pass can be one of the most dangerous offensive weapons. It is lacrosse's answer to the fast break. This is Sal Ocasio, one of the best passing goalies in the league. After he saves the ball, the first step in fast break passing is recognition. Similar to a quarterback looking for a receiver in football, he can see that the 3 Thunder defenders are trailing the play by as much as 25 feet. This is exactly what he's looking for, and he delivers the ball right in stride to Gordon Purdy, who finds rope. Here's another example of an outlet pass by the goalie. Bill Gary of the Bandits runs all the way upfield with the ball. This is dangerous because he leaves his net completely unguarded. As soon as the defense can, he'll release, forcing Gary to get rid of the ball. Oh yeah, when attempting the long pass, be aware of one thing, the scoreboard. You better make sure you don't hit it.
As you can see, the goalies in this league are very active. They don't just save balls, they get rid of them as well. And Ted Sawicki and Sal Ocasio are 2 of the best. We will see more of them coming up in the second half here in New York. Leaf has stats on the way next on the Deuce as we get ready for more hard-hitting Major Indoor Lacrosse League action.
The Major Indoor Lacrosse League salutes its 1995 sponsor, hotels. In Baltimore, Maryland, the Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel. In Buffalo, New York, the Buffalo Hilton. The Long Island Marriott in Uniondale, New York. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the new Airport Hilton. And the Radisson at Rochester Plaza, Rochester, New York. These are the official headquarters of the MILL.
Welcome back to the Nassau Coliseum, the visiting Baltimore Thunder with a 2-goal lead against the New York Saints. It's our Bud Light halftime report. And let's take a look at the stats to show you exactly why the Baltimore Thunder is in the lead. It's a very easy story, and it starts with Kraus. Kraus isn't playing. He's a face-off specialist. So Baltimore dominates in faceoffs. They get more loose balls, more shots on goals, and then if not for the 21 saves for Sal Licasio, that 8-6 score would be much worse. Neither team scoring in extra man situation, but Baltimore is really shooting well. Look at the shot chart. All in close, all 8 goals right in front of Sal Licasio. Good balance there. A lot of those right-handed shots were backdoor shots as they started the offense on the far side. For New York, they are getting a lot of shots out front, just as many out front as in close. 15 in close, 15 out front. They have to really put some better tests on Teddy Sawicki. So as we have the 2-goal lead for Baltimore going into the second half, the big key is, will it hold up? Baltimore has been a team that has failed in the fourth quarter this year. Tonight's Bill Game of the Week is brought to you in part by the Long Island Marriott Hotel and Conference Center, the official home of the major indoor lacrosse league on Long Island. Back in the Nassau Coliseum, the Thunder against the Saints. Leaf and Christy Lee on the deuce for major indoor lacrosse league action. Skip Lickfist desperate for a win. The Hall of Fame player, Doc Doherty, protecting his home turf, and the crowd is giving him some help. Getting set for the faceoff as they drop the rock for the second half. Gordon Purdy for New York, number 9. The Australian Flash against Ronnie Klausner. Klausner from Towson State. And back to Sawicki as Baltimore controls the second half faceoff. And think back to the stats. Without Andy Krause, that has been the story as much as anything. Not getting the faceoff. Mark Millen moving it in the offensive zone for Baltimore. Good check by New York. They get the ball loose, but they don't pick up the loose ball. That has been a problem in the first half. Licasio stands his ground and makes the first big save of the second half. Only 30 seconds gone in the second half. Still a 2-goal lead for Baltimore in the red, yellow, black jerseys, and the white and blue for the Saints as they set up their offense. In close, 2 checks. Don't take it away from Saramet. A big save by Teddy Sawicki. But they pick up the loose ball. They'll get a second chance. Saramet can't find any help. Robbie Scheck. Millen double teams. Ball down on the ground. They still have possession. Saramet. Up top, Purdy. He makes a fake. That's his favorite move. Down to the left-hander up top. Lockwood will laser it. Rope! Well, Laser Lockwood, now you know why he got that name. Just cranks it from the outside. Teddy Sawicki guessing right. Again, the outside shot's a little bit of trouble for Teddy Sawicki. If you want to read the book on him, he's a fantastic goalie. But Lockwood, the rookie, gets his first goal of the night. Definitely a mover and shaker for the offensive machine when it gets moving for New York. And that's been one of their problems. Their offensive machine really needs some help. They don't score that many goals. A great defense, but they really need to keep the other teams down around 10 or 11 to have a chance to win. Right now, they are behind by 1. The hometown New York Saints is an 8-7 lead for the Baltimore Thunder. Lockwood gets first blood here in the second half. Now they bring it down again. Jason Walter from British Columbia, a new acquisition for the Saints. Back to McEntee. He can take a shot from there and wide of the net. Cannabine can't control. Now the ball comes up to Martino. Martino from Washington College has become the leader of this team. Trailing player, watch out, Timmy Wells takes a shot. Shot clock gets reset. The loose ball again picked up. Watch in the middle again, a redirect and a go. Nothing but rope for Baltimore. Loose ball control has been the key for them getting second shots.
That's a cheap shot on.
And Licasio saying, how many saves do I have to make?
I'm not going to scream and holler about this, but I want to talk to you. Robbie, come here.
Averages 41 coming into this game. He had 21 in the first half. Now watch this loose ball. Trailing player comes in, takes the shot, and gets the shot on goal. And that is the key, of course. Dan Strupp comes in, gets his first goal of the night. The Canadian players making their presence known on both teams. A 2-goal lead again for Baltimore. First it was Lockwood, then Strupp for Baltimore. And with Stroop scoring 3 minutes into this second half, we're back to a 2-goal lead for Baltimore. Kevin Lowe one of the greatest players to ever play for Princeton. He just graduated. One of the draft picks of the New York Saints. McKay puts the stick down and rockets that right into the stick of Teddy Sawicki.
From the front, going out left.
Teddy Sawicki played starting goalie for Canada in the World Games. So a lot of these players saw competition against each other in England this last summer. Teddy Sawicki for Canada, a lot of the teammates out here, Millen brothers, Rob Scheck, assistant coach, John Tucker, and this man, Skip Licklis, was the assistant coach for the U.S. team. A lot of major indoor lacrosse players representing the United States in field lacrosse. Right now, 2-goal lead for Baltimore as New York has really controlled the ball much more in the second half than they did ratio-wise in the first half. Lockwood fakes the shot and takes it all the way over to the left-handed shooter. And Saramet rockets that one off the chest
from
protection.
From the front, going out, reset. Control the stick, wait. He dumped it.
And you see Roy Condon helps them know where the ball is so they don't have any unnecessary fouls. Keeps the game moving. Welsh pushes it up. Wills can't.
Reset.
Here comes Gordon Purdy. Tremendous wheels. Purdy one-on-one. He's got a trailing player looking for him. Right there, Saramet, the left-hander, and the defense behind him from Kronberger. A little too casual was Saramet. Kronberger looks up ahead. Here comes Shake. Rope.
High time.
Kronberger finds Scheck, and that gives Baltimore a 3-goal lead. Doc Doherty trying to find the answer to the fast-breaking Baltimore Thunder. Scheck on Lacasio. 3-goal lead for Baltimore.
I want to come in and contribute in any way that I can, you know, whether it's picking up a ground ball or scoring a goal. I just want to make sure that we end up doing better than we did last year and hopefully make it into the playoffs.
Charlie Lockwood playing for the Saints, a tremendous rookie. Laser Lockwood, a four-time All-American from Syracuse, working in the security, trading securities in Manhattan. It's a full-time job. These athletes, full-time jobs along with this professional love of theirs, lacrosse.
You got it.
You hear the voice of Roy Condon, head referee, as Tim Murray gets set to drop the rack. Clauser, number 44. For the Thunder. Facing off against Miko Red Arrow, number 22.
Nothing yet.
Lockwood can't pick it up.
Nothing white.
Finally, Gordon Purdy can't get it either. Millen, Purdy, number 9 against number 9 against the board, just like they did in England. U.S. against Australia then. Now it's the Saints against the Thunder. The Saints have done a great job of getting possessions in the second half. McEntee picked against Scheck. Purdy out front again, now down low to McKay, who could not handle it. Shot clock winding down, now to 3, now to 2. Mueller gives it up to Millen. Millen's got great speed, the fastest guy on the field right here. Nobody will catch him. He might as well not look. He'll look to feed. No, takes a rocket shot, and Sal Lacasio gets an arm on it. Up front again to Millen, and that Scheck will take the ball wide. There's too much traffic for Millen to get the shot off. The ball's still loose. Boy, Millen on the fast break. Nobody can catch that boy. When he is off and running. Mark Millen, secret to his great success in the field game, and right now he's considered the best field lacrosse player in the world, is his tremendous speed and his ability to turn it on very quickly. Great change of direction. This is Tony Millen now giving it up front to Kisslinger. Now over the left-handed shot back to Steve Sombrato. Sombrato against Millen. Oh, down close, but knocked away at the last minute. Martino from Washington College. Martino's got a trailer to his left. It's Scheck. Scheck coming in. Can't find rope. Double team. Ball loose, finally picked up by Kisslinger, and now he can't control it either. Shot clock reset because of the loss of possession. Mueller now controls. And we've got just under 9 minutes, a 3-goal lead for Baltimore. As they try to get the offense going. 17. Up to Canabine Loyola. Tony Millen just hacking at his arm. Martino. Skip Licklis looks on a 3-goal lead for Baltimore with 8:33 left in the third period. Leaf and Christie bringing you all this major indoor lacrosse league action on the Deuce.
Mark, he sees you coming the
Thunder
whole way.
head coach has done it all in lacrosse except find the winning ways here in the mill. In front of Lacasio, we've got rope for Martino. And Martino gets goal number 11, a 4-goal lead for Baltimore. He is pumped. Martino lunges himself right in the cylinder, takes a shot from behind, but finds the far pipe. Lacasio is begging the ref to stay in the crease. But watch how he lunges up, doesn't touch the ground until the ball goes in. Good shot, good goal, 4-goal lead, and Bobby Martino with a hat trick, proving he is the go-to guy for the Baltimore Thunder. So the 4-goal lead is the good news for the Baltimore Thunder. The good news for New York is that Baltimore is known for squandering leads in the fourth quarter. They squandered a 6-goal lead last game against Rochester. And the New York Saints hope they can do it again here tonight. But right now, Baltimore in control.
With possession? Go to the bench. I got him in the box. 31 hold.
Wait, me, I was on the other side.
What's that?
I was on the other side.
Oh.
No, I really was.
Oh, you're on this side now.
Brian Kronberger trying to get out of danger by saying he wasn't even around the scene of the crime.
31. Hold. 2 minutes.
He'll go in the box for 2 minutes. This puts New York with a man advantage. It'll be 5-on-4. And Saramet will load it up from up top. They need this one big time. 7:44 left in the third period. 11-7. A 4-goal lead. Lockwood down low. Back up top to Saramet. Back over to Lockwood for the right-handed shot. The laser tries to find O'Keefe down low and can't quite do it. Shot clock down to 13 and counting. Christy Lee on the sideline. What bench are you on now, Christy?
Well, we're on the Baltimore Thunder bench, Leaf, and earlier in practice, you and I spoke with Ron Klausner, and Ron was just in here reiterating the fact that he is kind of like the play setter-upper for this Baltimore Thunder team. He likes to move. He likes to kick a leg left. That means he's passing left. If he moves the stick one way, watch out. And it seems to be working for the Thunder as they get yet another goal in this contest.
Well, the Thunder are doing real well, especially when Christy Lee gets an interview going. I think we ought to keep her on the offensive side for the Thunder. But a great transition goal for Baltimore. Harms comes down. This is his 4th shorthanded goal of the year. Harms comes down to give Baltimore a 5-goal lead. That is really a stake in the heart of the hometown Saints. Timmy Harms scores his 4th shorthanded goal of the year. Look at him come down, launches himself right into the cylinder, and just finds enough shooting room to get around Lacasio, who cannot believe it. Timmy Harms, great player on that man-down unit. So Kronberger stays in the box. And if you look at these two teams having a little bit of offensive misery, lowest team in the middle for scoring, Thunder 12 goals per game, Saints 19 goals. I'll tell you what, a big bunch of that 19 was in the form of Andy Krause, and he's out with an injury. So you take away his 3 goals, 3 assists.
Hey, fellas, nothing stupid. Let's wait for the whistle.
Roy Condon trying to keep the ball game moving. Klausner doesn't pick it up. Laser Lockwood. Walder, back to Walder. Look at the redirect to O'Keefe, and O'Keefe could not bring it in.
One in there, white ball out here, white ball on the top. There's a free hit.
Still man-up situation for New York. They've got a man advantage for another minute and 7 seconds. They need a shot and a goal here. They're down by 5. Lockwood back to Saramet. This is Oliver Marty. Playing the diamond really takes a lot of that point man out of the offense. That's where the 2-on-1 is, on the back door down there by the goal. Diamond leaves 2 guys down the plane of the goal with 1 defender between them.
Ball is up.
Lockwood back down low. Walder hits a shot, but wide. Follow-up shot. Saramet, he cannot bounce into the net.
Going up. Fix the cage first, and we got it.
All right, Condon will get the cage all squared up on the plane of the goal there. And here comes Baltimore. They still have a man, or giving a man advantage to New York for another 29 seconds. Shot clock at 20, so there's like a 6 seconds differential between the shot clock and the penalty. Harms again coming in. Looks like he might shoot. Wills comes in. Jukes. Far side. Cannabine can't collect it. Shot clock down to 6. 4. They want him to take one, and he does put that one right in the stick of Lacasio, who outlets immediately to Lockwood. Penalty down to 3 seconds. Lockwood try to get a shot off first. Lockwood back to Walter. Walter, far side, left-handed shot, and it's picked up by Sawicki. Teams at even strength. Here is Kronberger. Kronberger, one-on-one. Kronberger, Lacasio, no rope this time. Lacasio with a big sweeping arm save. Blocks that one away. Far side, backdoor shot. Landing. Baltimore maintains possession. Roy Condon say off goalie Lacasio. Lacasio getting a lot of shots on him. A new, fresh 30-second shot clock.
Time 31, just go.
All-time save leaders, look at that. Sawicki brings 1,400 plus into tonight's game. Sal Lacasio, 1,318. Ted Sawicki really set the tone for goalies in this league. He came in onto the Detroit program about 5 years ago. Sat out in Detroit last year with Steve Dietrich, a new acquisition, playing most of the time, but he wanted out. He came to Baltimore to try to resurrect this program, starting from the defensive end. Baltimore comes in 0-2, as does New York. Wills, a big fake, and he finds rope. Gets Lacasio to fake high and just dishes it low. Where is the defense? You've got to take him out of there. Skip Lickfist not ready to celebrate. 6-goal lead, but it's only third quarter with 5 minutes left. Lacasio, not much help. Too many fakes up in front. Ball comes back in here. Now watch, one fake, two fakes. Gets it low after Lacasio has to respect the high fake. Lacasio go up once again, comes in. Lacasio goes up high, and then the shot comes under his legs. Wills, great left-handed shooter. Of course you can. Roy Condon policing the field with 4:39 left and a 4-goal lead. I'm sorry, 6-goal lead for the Baltimore Thunder. Millen can't pick that one up, and it looks like New York losing a little bit of their oomph. Tony Millen. They need one desperately. 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Millen not looking to pass. Takes a shot there wide of the net. No shot clock reset, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Right time. Don't go on the whistle. Violation, shot clock
violation. There'll be a timeout, shot clock violation. When we come back, moments to go, about 4 minutes left in this third period. A 6-goal lead for the visiting Thunder. Skip Lickfist, very intense. This losing streak for Baltimore. He only had one win last year in his first year as coach of the Baltimore Thunder. And he is a winner in every respect in this game of lacrosse. He has not gotten the big victories in the mill, and he is determined to do it and do it this year. They come in 0-2 against the Saints, that right now lead 13-7 as the third quarter marches down. New York cannot control as Millen picks it up. 5 unanswered goals in 7 minutes, and there's a backdoor shot. Make that one 8. Here comes Klausner. And all business, Skip Lickfist is. Rodney Klausner finishes it off on the backside. Sal Lacasio, you cannot say those. Don't blame him. Watch the pressure come in. Millen gets the defense's attention. Klausner just stands in the back pipe and buries that one behind Sal. Millen sees him, finds him. Defensive Purdy lets it go through. That pass can't get through. Your goalie is unable to stop that one. Quick feed, and this Baltimore team was going to go in again to the fourth quarter with a huge lead. Set the tone for that one for you. They went in against Rochester in their last game with a 6-goal lead, 12-6 into the fourth quarter, and lost the game by 3 goals. And I'll tell you what, that's on their minds as this third quarter winds down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. They are looking good, but they know they've got to really crank up the energy in the fourth quarter. Last year, here at the Coliseum, Baltimore had a 1-goal lead and a playoff on the line. Ended up losing to New York by allowing New York to score 7 goals in the last quarter. Baltimore now with 5 seconds on the shot clock. 2:45 left, third period. Another shot on Lacasio and a follow-up net. He's got rope behind Sal Lacasio. That's Mark Millen. They are burning the rope. Where is the defense? And Lacasio keeps making the blocks initially, but the defense not picking up the loose balls, and the crowd is not happy with Doc Doherty's team. Look at the defense. Nobody takes Millen out of the play, and that redirection shot finds rope.
Good stuff, here we go.
Martino congratulating Millen for putting his team up by 8 goals. New York just falling flat emotionally now. They need somebody to pull them up offensively, but the defense really has to take those offensive players off the crease. Christy Lee.
Sleep, we have Ron Klausner with us. Ron, you're kind of like the big team cheerleader, and you keep getting these guys up. This is a big, important game for you.
Well, I have to, first of all, about getting them up, I have to get them up because, we can't lose another game. We lost 2 already, and this is our chance to get back in the hunt of things. And the first 2 games we played, we let up in the 4th quarter, and that's what cost us the game. So right now we're trying to take advantage of that and not let up.
Wow, we have a goal for the Saints, and don't look for them to let up in the 4th quarter, the Baltimore Thunder.
Eric Sermon cranks that one up from up top. And this is the guy that might turn the tables here. Sermon loads up against Canabine. The shot from the outside, not what Sawicki wants to watch. He doesn't like these outside shots. Great speed and accuracy on Sermon's crank from the outside. And now the score 15-8. 1:27 left in the 3rd. Canabine, far side, can't find Martino. Picked up beautifully. Here comes, watching the check from behind on Marty. Oliver Marty, All-American from Brown. Canadian player. Drops it off to O'Keefe. Haven't heard from him for a while. And that ball knocked off the defense.
Hold on the black! We reached that white! The first hold was on the black!
Roy Condon, number 4. You're hearing him as he takes
That's
control.
right, keeper!
7-goal lead for the Thunder. Yellow and red and black. And here come the Saints as Kevin Lowe tries to take a shot. Kevin Lowe really strengthened the field game as a feeder, adjusting his game to try to be a force here in the indoor game. Jimmy Welsh, 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Welsh loves to shoot. Played for Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Still now comes in. Takes a shot, Scoop takes it wide as Lacazette gets his arm on it. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter and about the same left on the shot clock. They cannot get control as Lockwood can't forget the ball bounces into the crowd, and they cannot believe that they threw it away as Steve Sombrado, trying to get the offense pushing up, loses the ball. Christy Lee.
Yeah, he threw it away, almost hit me right in the head, Lee. Hey, Doc Doherty of the New York Saints head coach, he wants his team to do a lot more body checking, no more of the stick checking stuff. He wants body checks, and he wants them to shoot more. Look for that team to shoot more in the 4th quarter to try to come back.
Well, Christy, the body checks is that's what I was talking about. When they have 2nd and 3rd shots in front of Sal, they've got to protect that area for Sal. They've got to start nailing the offensive players for Baltimore, protect the area for Sal Locascio, give him a chance to be the goalie that everybody knows he is. The 3rd quarter comes to an end. It was all Baltimore, folks. Other than the goal by Lockwood, it's a 15-8 Baltimore lead. Catch the NHL on the Deuce. Wednesday, February 1st at 8:30, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim against the Dallas Stars. And Saturday, February 4th, 7:30 p.m., the Islanders against the Montreal Canadiens. The Islanders off to a great start with 19-year-old rookie Brett Lindros hitting everything that moves on the ice. And right here, folks, that's what the Thunder has been doing, really knocking down the Saints. They've got a 7-goal lead going into the 4th quarter. As we look at the 2 faceoff specialists and field players, Ronnie Klausner for the Baltimore Thunder, and of course Christy Lee talked to him a while ago. Klausner and this man, Skip Lickfus, go back away, and I give Skip Lickfus credit. He and Klausner had a little falling out last year with Ronnie maybe not towing the line as much as he should. Ronnie Klausner was playing a little bit like Dennis Rodman, if you were. He's got great talent, but he had to get his acting gear. He did, and Skip Lickfus gets back together with him using his talents. Look at the 3rd quarter stats. Shots again way in favor of Baltimore. Loose balls about evened up in faceoffs as well, but the shots tell the story. Fast break, rope, and Millen just scorches the nets. How much can Locascio take? They might want to get him out of there. 16-8 now. Fresh into the 4th quarter, and I can tell you what, this team will not let down because they have a history as we look at Millen burning rope. One more time, fast break, nobody can catch Mark Millen. He checks anyway and just rockets that shot past a very complacent Sal Locascio. 2nd goal for Mark Millen. I'll tell you what, Sal, I think, looks a little emotionally dead. He's taken a lot of shots and 16 goals against Locascio. There's a lot of offense. Last year, Philadelphia scored 22 against them, and the next game they only scored 4. So goalies are streaky, as we know, in hockey just like they are in indoor lacrosse. Score by quarter shows you that Baltimore really turning up the heat in the third quarter. They owned that one to get the big 15-8 lead. Now the first and the fourth gives them an 8-goal lead. Here comes New York. They need one badly. Picked off by Robbie Scheck. Scheck up to Klausner. Johnny Klausner holds back. They tried to really milk the clock against Rochester with that 6-goal lead, and it ended up really costing them. They lost that game by 3. Paul Gate and company came back and just took it away from them. So they'll want to keep the heat on Lacasio. Millen back out to Blatchley. Johnny Blatchley takes a shot, and it's windshield wiper save time for Lacasio as he knocks that one away.
There was no reset the second time. The first time, no reset. You just reset that on the last one, run it down to 20, it'll still be a black ball. The black ball, it's down to 20. The black ball, 20 seconds on the shot clock, no second reset. Here we go.
All right, 16-8 the score in favor of Baltimore. Leaf and Kirstie Lee bringing you major indoor lacrosse league action on the deuce. Kronberger now resets as they work the right-handed shot for Crony, and he takes that shot against Lacasio, makes the save with his glove.
No, he's down. Nothing from the front. Balls away.
Roy Condon making the players remind themselves that the legal hits are from the front. Jason Walter gives it off to his teammate, Tommy Miller. Drops it down to Saramet, great left-handed shooter. Saramet wants to take one here. Off to the wing, Tony Millen now gets a good pick. Now he's got room. He's so strong. In close, he finds rope. Tony Millen really breaks a huge momentum streak.
One this side, Black, one
So
this side.
Tony comes in and answers his brother's shot. A moment ago, it was Mark Millen scoring. This is Tony, so strong against the defense, and he just rockets that baby over the shoulder of Sawicki against the defensive Jeff Plodson. 16-9, a 7-goal lead. Each team has scored a goal here in the fourth. Now a shot against Sawicki, and he makes a big arm save. Push call.
Push, reset. Fix the net, Jimmy.
So the Millen brothers answering goals, one for each team. Tim McEntee right there. We're looking at him. Has a little bit of a bad back. Looks pretty healthy tonight. Charlie Lockwood from the left-hander side against Angotti. Lockwood tries to find rope. He's got it. Laser Lockwood showing a lot of moves. A rising star in the major indoor lacrosse league. Lockwood coming against Angotti. Not much to shoot at, but he finds it past Sawicki. Watch this angle. He's got no angle. He puts the stick back in the cylinder. It just goes right between the arm and the body. If Sawicki just stands there, there's nothing to shoot at, but Sawicki gave him a little bit of a crack in the elbow, and that's where Lockwood stuck that shot. No angle at all. Sawicki could have just closed the door by standing there. 16-10. 6-goal game now. Less than 12 minutes to go. Backdoor shot. Welsh can't find it. And Lacasio has a little bit of new life now. This team's giving him some offense on the other end. Baltimore a little bit mentally fragile here in the fourth quarter. Don't forget they lost a big one last game against Rochester by blowing a 6-goal lead. Push, call, hold. And that's against Pat McCabe to give the ball back to Landing and the Baltimore Thunder. 11:40 left. 6-goal lead for Baltimore, but the last 2 goals have been scored by New York. Landing. He wants to a left-handed shot, rolls back into the cylinder. Now he's got the full 16 square feet, or 18 square feet rather, and Gotti cannot pick it up. Timmy Welsh can. Down tight, moving in for a shot is Strupp. But I keep going Strupp. I think it's Stroop. And Stroop can't get a shot, but that one wide of the mark.
Play on!
Roy Condon saying play on. Panetta looks for a fresh player, finds one. Panetta stays on the field, wants the ball back. Saramet now reloads. 19 on the shot clock. Lockwood goes off. Tony Millen giving it off to the right-handed shooter. Kisslinger rockets it. He finds Rowe. Here come the Saints. Well, this is exactly what Baltimore fears. Watch this shot come in, and again, right in on the hip. Coaches talk about shooters using the shot right off the hip, and that is where the last two shots have gone, right off hip, right in the crack of the elbow, and Sawicki showing that he is vulnerable to the long shots. If he just sizes up and keeps the body there, but he's giving him that off-hip shot, and they've nailed the last two. 5-goal lead for Baltimore, but it's dwindled by 3. They're up by 8 just moments ago. 10 minutes left, plenty of time. Again, a very emotional team, a team that has lost some fourth-quarter leads. One to this team last year, one to Rochester the last game. This shot against Sawicki, he brushes it wide. Fresh shot clock. 10 minutes left. Here comes New York with more pressure. Sawicki keeps that one away. New York just pressuring Sawicki, Sawicki. That shot from the outside, and Sawicki gobbles it up. Tries the outlet pass to Mueller. Mueller's knocked down by Gordon Purdy. Baltimore looks a little tentative now. The 3-goal run by the Saints.
You hear that?
Putting them on their heels. Again, pressure on Sawicki. The defense for Baltimore, tentative, worried. Thinking back to the last game, they blew the lead. Here comes the shot in close. Can't get it to Sawicki. John Blatchley looking for help. Blatchley cranking up. He's got a trailing player, Sheck. Back to Sheck. Sheck's got a big rocket. Oh, no. Goes into Millen. And Millen's defense by Kevin Lowe. Sal Nicasio comes way out. Tries to find Gordon Purdy. Can't do it. Defense by Baltimore. Purdy down by himself against Horns. Purdy against 2 Baltimore Thunder players. Horns comes up to the ball. 9 minutes left. 5-goal lead for Baltimore in the red, yellow, and black. The visiting team against these New York Saints. Saints have scored 3 in a row, though. Timeout called.
Timeout!
In Baltimore with possession. They want to calm things down. They've got a 5-goal lead, but this team from New York has scored 3 in a row.
Let's go.
Skip Ligma's getting his team ready for this last final 8 minutes and 51 seconds. Doc Doherty, important instructions to his defense because it'll be Baltimore's ball. 8:51 left, 5-goal lead. But this team from New York, Doc Doherty's team, has scored 3 in a row. Absolutely stunning Baltimore, who has blown some leads. Here, Roy Condon talk about 19.
Tony, ball's on the X. Keep us. Left center, ball's on the X. 19 on the shot clock. Here we go. Black ball. Go.
Murray, referee, whistles the ball inbounds, and now we'll see what Licht has called for the play. He's got 13-12 left on the shot clock. Kronberger tries to get the pick from Martino. Shot clock winding down. Kronberger inside. He's got time to take a shot, but Picasso gets a knee on it. Good save by the knee. And here comes Lockwood, the laser. Great move up front. Watch out. Ledger takes one. Saved by Sawicki. Good arm save. Back door. Lockwood again behind the back, trying to find Pico. Red arrow picked out of the air by Martino. He's got Harm to his right. Martino splitting 2 defenders. Martino's got a right-handed shot. He lunges. Big save by Nicasio. Martino let it all go on that one. Now he has to hustle back because they have 3 left to play defense. Lockwood. Martino just made 2 full field sprints. In close, watch out. Wrapped it around the back. They got rope on. This guy's Teddy Sawicki. Here come the Saints. far pipe. Again, he gets Sawicki looking for the right hand and goes around the back, far pipe, 16 to 12. And the story is 4 straight goals for the Saints. 8-goal lead after Mark Millen scored. Beautiful shot, far pipe, and the goalie has to respect the stick side. And that's what Sawicki did and went behind him. Again, this team very fragile from Baltimore because they lost big leads in the fourth quarter. They're losing one right here, 16-12. They've still got a 4-goal lead, plenty of time to stay in control. And that's what they want to do. And got to get nailed by 2 players. Shot from outside, shot clock violation. And here come the Saints. Ball checked from behind by Stroop. Stroop does a nice job of picking up the ball.
That way, you need to whistle back there first.
Baltimore a little tentative, holding the ball out on offense. Tentative against Rochester was the word, and that's why they may have lost that one. Here's Ngati coming in. Can he get a shot? He tries to find one. Cannot get it on net. It bounces at the feet of Locascio and goes high and wide. Outscored 10-1 in the last game. Outscored 8-7 against the Saints right here. So this is the mental aspect of the game that's killing them. And here's O'Keefe, back door. Here they come. 3 goals down now. And Baltimore has to somehow get themselves back up. 5 straight goals for New York. And watch it go from the right-handed shooter all the way over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe standing there wide open. And Sawicki way out of the goal. Watch how far Sawicki is out of the goal to cut down the angle. He left about 5 yards between him and the goal. O'Keefe just redirects it. Easy score. A 3-goal lead for Baltimore, but New York is coming. Skip Lickvis.
Gotta get the hand. Gotta play the ball.
Skip Lickvis made a change moments ago. See Ted Sawicki to the right of your screen? That's Ted Sawicki on the bench. He is out of the game. That last goal was scored as we look at New York's bench against J.J. Pearl. J.J. Pearl's in there, and he was well out of the goal. Christy Lee on the sideline for the Saints.
Lead by Brian O'Keefe, who just scored that last goal. Brian, such a turnaround in this fourth quarter for the Saints.
Well, we were playing such great defense for a while. We're starting to pick up the ground balls now, test for everything on the ground. So we're getting them now. We're getting back in the game with some big goals. And
you scored another one every single time. It seems like I do an interview, you guys score.
Okay, that's the intensity. Fans are great. Hopefully we can get more and more, and we're really coming back now.
Thank you.
Well, the story may be the coaching move that put J.J. Pearl into the game. J.J. Pearl gets the second goal against him, and after a few were scored against Sawicki, we kind of missed it, but J.J. Pearl, one of those timeouts, went into the game. The last 2 shots have been against J.J. Watch the shot from the left-handed shooter all the way to the right. They set on J.J. Defense not knocking him off their shooting positions. 16-14, the Saints with Tony Millen one-on-one. J.J. Pearl with a huge save. Still a 2-goal lead for Baltimore. 6 straight goals for the New York squad. Panetta scoring the last one. And 6 goals by 6 different players. They have the ball again, just 2 goals down, 5 minutes, 30 seconds left. McEntee. Baltimore just reeling. Finally, Klausner trying to get the ball up. This is what happened to them against Rochester. They had a 6-goal lead going into, and it just evaporated. Big hit by the Saints. Both teams fighting for their life. Cannabine getting decked from the side. Cannabine still with the ball, and now it's loose. Marty took it down. Here comes Jason Waldner. O'Keefe to his left. The trailing player is Marty. J.J. Pearl. Another huge save. He's had 2 huge saves in a row. Rob Scheck. Rob Scheck cannot pick it up all by himself. No defender if he can get past Kisslinger. Trailing player playing defense. Baltimore looking a little tired.
Reset! Hold! Open! here.
Wow, big call with 4:41 left. 2-goal lead for Baltimore. They need a break. They need somebody to set up, take a shot, and take control of the game for the Thunder. J.J. Pearl made 2 sensational saves. Big hit on the side moments ago. But Baltimore now has the ball up front. Kronberger. They need to go in the worst way to stop the offensive onslaught. 6 straight goals for the New York Saints. Kronberger. Kronberger. Ball checked from behind by Kisslinger.
Ball's away.
Marty. He's got Saramet to his right. Here's Saramet all by himself, but Lodson sets up to take away the fast break, as does Horn. Trying to get it through. Holmes knocks it down. Shot clock to 18. All by himself, coming around left-handed shot. Watch out. He is knocked down very hard. And J.J. Pearl with another big save. Watch out. Near side. Right-handed shot. He's got rope. It's a 1-goal game. Watch Panetta on the far side. There he is standing by himself. He makes the one fake to get by the defense and then just rips that ball over the shoulder of J.J. Pearl. Pearl's made some great saves. He can't make this one. Martino lunges. Panetta comes inside Martino. Right-handed shot over the shoulder. Matt Panetta, 2 goals in a row. And a shot by Baltimore answers that. It was down to a 1-goal game and a huge goal for the Thunder to give them some breathing room against Locascio, who was looking unbeatable. 3:38 left, and now a 2-goal margin for the Thunder after 7 straight goals for the Saints.
Take the spots, guys. Straight, don't jump it. Straight.
Right in front. Shot beats Locascio, and it's Dan Straub who gets the biggest goal of the night for the Baltimore Thunder with 3:18 left.
Let's go.
Academy cannot collect it. Pat McCabe ties him up on the sideline.
Space! Whoa! You got him with holding.
Well, we have 2 different calls.
You got him holding on the ground or with holding?
On the ball, technical foul.
With holding the ball, going out.
So Roy Condon had 1 call as we look at him roll over, and Bruce Crawford had another. Crawford, the closest man on the ball. Condon gets the adjustment, and it is New York Saints ball. They're down by 2, but they have been on a scoring rampage. They've scored 6 of the last 7 goals. Lockwood, laser, takes one. J.J. with a big save. He's got a 2-goal lead.
So we don't have a third man in.
That's Captain Vince Angotti, defensive specialist. Watch how they get the save from J.J. Comes back, and now Millen takes him into the boards. Angotti takes Millen.
Both hits going out.
So nobody goes into the sin bin, nobody into the box. J.J. Pearl has looked very good lately. He let a couple early ones in, but Pearl has been exceptional. And now the 2-goal lead. Baltimore feels pretty comfortable. If they can take some time off the clock, get a good shot. Here's Blanding. Shot clock down to 16. Strout had a huge goal to give this 2-goal lead back to Baltimore. Angotti, shot clock down to 9, 8. Angotti, not an offensive force. Pushed out by Saramet. Needs to feed it in. They don't get the clean shot. Shot clock down to 1. They'll lose possession. Baltimore trying to use the whole 30 seconds. The shot clock violation. Clods goes back on number 7 for Baltimore to play defense. And Doc Doherty looks on to try to get his best offensive team on there that he can. This will be Steve Sombrado over to Saramet, who likes the left-handed shot up top. Saramet down low, watch out, looking for rope in the cylinder. J.J. brushes it away. Follow-up shot by Purdy. Purdy and another save by Pearl. Whoa, J.J. Pearl has really gotten his game together. He was thrown out there with no warm-up, and that is the toughest thing for a goalie to do. The first 2 shots went in the net. They found rope, but since then, Pearl has been tough. 1:40 left. desperation shots as the clock winds down. 2-goal lead. Clausen with the ball. New York forcing a little bit. They only need 2 goals. They've got to take great shots. Watch out. Here comes trailing player Purdy. J.J. Pearl with another huge save. 30-second shot clock reset. Plenty of time. They only need 2. They've got to make it count. Timeout called by New York. 1:14 left. They've got a 25-second shot clock. They need 2 goals. Doc Doherty's going to call one of his offensive plays here that he hopes to get him the goal to bring it back within 1.
Let's go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance tonight, 8,287.
Buddy Krummenacher, assistant coach. You have to wonder, will they pull their goal in? If they will, when will they do it? You know they will eventually. Lead for Baltimore. New York getting together. They have possession right now. J.J. Pearl is very strong of late. Doc Doherty now wanting to get a good shot to come back to within 1. He's got 1:14 left here in the game. And Skip Lickfus has another victory within reach, but a lot of time left. Both teams come into this game 0-2. They both need to win to have aspirations of playoffs here in the Major Lacrosse League. Even though we are not near mathematical extinction, they need to beat here today, win today to get that playoff hopes. Lockwood, Laser Lockwood against Clausen. Up top to Saramet. Saramet cannot pick it off. Ball loose. Defended way out front by Horn. Timmy Horn. This is Clausen. Or Klausner playing defense, and Pearl gets the save and a fresh shot clock. Game clock down to 43. Saramet, a little confusion from New York. They tried to get it in close. Marty and down to O'Keefe. Marty had the shot. He gave it into O'Keefe, and O'Keefe couldn't handle it cleanly. And J.J. Pearl just takes it down to the corner to burn up more time. The shot the game clock down to 26. You see that going down the corner of the screen. And here comes Panetta. Time winding down. They need 2. J.J. Pearl snuffs out the candle. That could be it. 15 seconds left. He takes a shot. Nobody in the goal now as Lacasio has been pulled. 6 field players on the field for New York. Lacasio is gone. Shot clock down to 6. J.J. Pearl picks it up. That'll do it, and Baltimore will get their first win. Kisslinger picks it up, but not enough time. Baltimore turns back. A huge 4th quarter for the New York Saints, and they are a happy team. Boy, Skip Lickfus never worked so hard to get a victory. 17-15. Baltimore takes this one. And the Saints really pushed it on hard, but it was Baltimore that squeaked out a win. We'll be back with some post-game comments in just a moment. Well, the big player of the game for the Baltimore Thunder, Bobby Martino. We talked about him at the face at the beginning of our game. 3 goals, 2 assists tonight. He's the go-to guy for the Baltimore Thunder. Here he is finishing off the offensive push. This team was in trouble in the 4th quarter, though. They win 17-15, but it really came down to the defense late in the 4th quarter, and Christy Lee has the defensive story. Christy Lee, take it away.
Thank you, Leaf. Joining me, goalies, all-star goalies. We have Ted Sawicki and J.J. Pearl. First, let's talk to Ted Sawicki. He starts the game. Ted, it was an unbelievable contest, especially for you guys. And then in the 4th quarter, what happened?
Same thing as in Rochester a couple weeks ago. I don't know what, it was just this wave, the other team coming at us. We have such a big lead, and we don't know how to handle it. And you just can't stop it. And, well, J.J. stopped it. It was a great move on our coach to put him in with 6 or 7 minutes left.
You really feel like that was a strong thing to do?
Oh, yeah, because in Rochester, the same thing happened to us, and we lost. And Skip did a great move, and J.J. made 6 or 7 big saves late in the game and held the Saints out. And there's only one stat important on this team, that's winning. Nothing else counts.
And that winning goalie right here, J.J. Pearl. How does it feel to take home the win?
It feels great because this is the only 3rd win I've ever had in the Major Indoor Lacrosse League between Pittsburgh and Baltimore now. Now I think we can turn things around, get a win tomorrow night. We're 2-2. We're right back in the hunt. I really, I feel good right now that we can get on a little roll here.
There you go, the defensive story with the goalies, Leaf, Ted Sawicki, and J.J. Pearl.
And Christy Lee, J.J. Pearl gets all the credit. I agree. 2 goals against him early on, but when he got good, he got real good. The final score tonight, Baltimore 17, the Saints 15. Stay tuned on the Deuce. Next, the U.S. Shotokan Open, karate at its best. For Christy Lee, I'm Lee Felsmo. We'll see you next time for major indoor lacrosse league action. Baltimore wins it 17-15.